John Cena opens up about potentially entering politics. John Cena has been a top name in WWE for over 2 decades. Fans have seen Glenn Jacobs, aka Kane, become a politician following his wrestling career. But the Cenation leader doesn't seem to have such plans. During his recent appearance on the Drew Barrymore show, the Doctor of Thugonomics was asked about his political aspirations. Cena shrugged it off by stating that he doesn't need to enter politics to be a catalyst for change. Do you want to see Conor McGregor appear in the Stanford-based wrestling promotion for a match against the greatest of all time? Sound off using the discuss button. Conor McGregor respects good man John Cena, overlooks previous criticisms in positive turnaround. Conor McGregor is currently in the middle of a promotional tour for his upcoming movie, Roadhouse. The movie starring McGregor and Jake Gyllenhaal is a remake of the original movie starring Patrick Swayze released in 1989. With his debut on the big screen, McGregor is following in the footsteps of combat sports stars such as Mike Tyson, The Rock, and John Cena. While the movie is delaying his return to the octagon, it is an experience McGregor very much enjoyed based on his recent interviews. The Notorious was recently asked about the likes of John Cena and other WWE stars, who frequently act in movies but also return to the WWE as often as possible. While talking to Good Morning Britain, McGregor addressed the differences in the two industries. He said, "Yeah, John is a good man. John is a good man. They're different industries now. The WWE and the UFC are stark in contrast." When asked about his experience making a film, and if he would do it again, McGregor said, "You know, I had such an amazing time doing it. A lot of hard work, but I had an amazing time doing it. I am very proud it is banked now. So I won't say never, but as of right now, I am just going to absorb all this." McGregor stated that he has a lot of activities coming up with the promotion of the movie and St. Patrick's Day. However, once those events are done, McGregor wants to get back home and decompress before plotting a return to the octagon. Additionally, he stated he would get a date finalized once he was done with his promotional duties. As things stand, McGregor is aiming for a return in June at UFC 303. Conor McGregor's previous stance on John Cena. The Notorious has not been a big fan of the WWE historically. On many occasions, McGregor has taken shots at WWE fighters and called them out for not being true fighters. Despite his recent good words for John Cena, the WWE star was once called out by Conor McGregor. The Notorious blasted Cena for his trademark, "You can't see me move." He also went on to brand Cena a failed Mr. Olympia. McGregor was also of the opinion that some of the WWE stars were not right in the head. Needless to say, McGregor's image of John Cena has changed significantly over the past few years. No, if you are so influenced by this and other people, one by one, are influenced by that, you don't need a political figure to be a catalyst for change. We live in such a great society that people can orchestrate change. We are in the current state of where we are because this is essentially our attitude, he said. The former WWE champion added, "What can I control if I'm upset? I can control how I behave. How I behave is influential on other people. Maybe it affects you, and then one by one person at a time, we have the ability to voice ourselves as people." H/G Fightful. Outside of his legendary wrestling career, John Cena has a few blockbuster Hollywood movies to his credit. His recent Oscar appearance to present the award for Best Costume Designer stirred up a storm all around the globe. John Cena may not appear at WWE WrestleMania 40. WWE has built many new big names over the past decade, but John Cena remains a top draw for the company. Many want to see the greatest of all time appear at the show of shows this April. However, according to a recent report by Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Cena may not be available for WrestleMania 40. The 16-time world champion will be filming the second season of Peacemaker for Max, which will likely keep him busy during the WrestleMania 40 weekend. This could mean that the WWE legend will miss out on the greatest wrestling show of the year. It would be interesting to see when Cena returns to the Stanford-based promotion. Three-time UFC champion changes opinion on John Cena months after ripping into him. John Cena has a huge fan following thanks to his work in WWE and Hollywood. The 16-time world champion was once called out by former UFC champion Conor McGregor, who seems to have changed his stance on the superstar. Cena made a name for himself in WWE as one of the company's top babyfaces. Dubbed the greatest of all time by the Stanford-based company, it's not odd to see him receive some hate from popular names. Conor McGregor is one of the big names who has called out John Cena in the past. McGregor is currently promoting his upcoming movie Roadhouse. In an appearance on Good Morning Britain, McGregor called Cena a good man when asked about the fellow athlete-turned-Hollywood star. "Yeah, John is a good man. John is a good man. They're different industries now that WWE and the UFC are stark in contrast." The Notorious pointed out the difference between the Stanford-based wrestling promotion and UFC. That allowed him to keep his comments real and still show respect to the greatest of all time. McGregor's latest movie will see him star alongside Jake Gyllenhaal. A successful release could boost the Notorious' acting career. It could lead to some big projects for the first UFC fighter to hold UFC championships in two weight classes simultaneously. The Notorious pointed out the difference between the Stanford-based wrestling promotion and UFC. That allowed him to keep his comments real and still show respect to the greatest of all time. McGregor's latest movie will see him star alongside Jake Gyllenhaal. A successful release could boost the Notorious' acting career. It could lead to some big projects for the first UFC fighter to hold UFC championships in two weight classes simultaneously. Conor McGregor ripped into John Cena and other WWE superstars in the past. The Notorious hasn't been the biggest fan of WWE historically. It's no secret that he doesn't like what sports entertainers do in the ring. In a previous interview, McGregor ripped into John Cena and other superstars. He was critical of the way Cena presented himself and called him a failed Mr. Olympia. "These WWE guys, they're not right in the head. The main guy, John Cena. He's 40. He's 40 years of age. He's walking around in a luminous orange t-shirt and a headband talking about nobody can see him. We can see him right there. He's a big fat 40-year-old failed Mr. Olympian mother ***. They're dweebs, those guys." Fans have loved both John Cena and Conor McGregor for what they've done in their respective fields. It would be great to see the two legends work together in a movie down the line.